Good evening. Welcome to my weekly live. My name is Emma Goddard and you can find me at coastalcrafter.com. Hope you are all doing well. We are into the month of March. Hey Hazel, how are you? Good. I can see I've gone live over on YouTube. Hazel's over there. Joanna's over there. Hello. Hope you're both well. So it has been a little busy over the weekend here. Not just with craft stuff, but with home stuff as well. So I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Well, a few people have jumped on, but if you're here on the replay, welcome as well. Just around Christmas time, I decided that I wanted my bedroom ceiling plastered. So I emailed off and got a few quotes. And earlier this year, we ended up with the chap coming to do said plastering. But what was let's just tidy up. The bedroom has now turned into a full-blown scale kind of. All of the upstairs is now one job has led to another. So our hallway wall got plastered at the same time. I've ended up ordering new carpets for the stairs and landing to go in both bedrooms. Our beds collapsed and gone. So new bed frame at some point. So I'm sleeping on a mattress on the floor, which is interesting in the middle of the night when, nature calls. So you have to scrabble up off the floor. It's not a pretty look. So needless to say, there has been lots of things going on. So we did charity shop runs on Saturday morning. The boot of my car was full with various bits and pieces. We did make the most of it, actually. We went out after dropping stuff off to the charity shop. We went out into the where the charity shop was. My glasses had got really loose, and every time I leant forward, they fell off my face. So we got them tightened and we went for breakfast. So, which ended up being more like lunch, because I think it was just after 12:30, I think, when we sat down to eat. And yeah, there's been painting, there's been decorating, there's been card kit packing, there has been all sorts going on. Swap making, because Rotterdam is I'm off to Rotterdam for on stage in just over a week. So yeah, busy, but all productive things happening, and and throwing a few loads of washing in at the same time, getting stuff ready for school uniform and stuff like that. So all good fun. So I was kind of like, I didn't mistakenly take Joshua. I know, everyone out. No, Katie, it's been bonkers. I'm like, I'm hoping to go to Rotterdam for a rest, but I'm not sure that that's happening either. So yeah, I should get on the plane and have a little doze, I think. It's been fun. So I was in two minds, as you can quite understand, whether I was going to be live with you tonight. I wasn't sure if I was still going to be packing kits to go out in the post tomorrow morning, or if I would be able to come live. So I have not quite finished, but I will finish them when I am finished with you this evening. So I've got a few bits left to do, but I wanted to come on live and be with you all. So online exclusives go live on Tuesday. So March the 5th is the online exclusive launch date. We've got lots of lovely products coming. And this Magnolia Mood is one of the gorgeous bundles that is on its way. I am actually using these for my swaps. It's what I've decided to use for my swaps. So magnolias are my swaps, not that I've made them yet. So we shall that's an evening in the week job. I'll do them over the course of this week at some point. Evening, Lizzie. You all right? So there is spring cleaning. I know, right? Spring cleaning is happening. I've got another box of stuff at my front door to go to the charity shop or into the boot of my car to be carried around. Does everyone do that? I think it's the rules, isn't it? That anything you're going to donate, you have to carry it around for at least a week, if not longer, in the boot of your car. It is the rules. Right, let's grab some white paper. Indeed, a decision on stamp set or bundle is a start. Exactly. It can only be more productive from there. The decision making was the hardest part. So let me pop you down to view my desk, I hope. Let me see. There we go. So I thought we would do a little bit of colouring on this one. I haven't even put my stickers on, but I'm not going to worry about that for this evening. I will just stamp out and show you this beautiful, beautiful magnolia. Isn't that stunning? Stunning, stunning. So that is with Memento. I'm just wondering if I show you in granite, maybe. And that is in grey granite. So the soft grey. Yeah, whatever you think would be best. Exactly. Right, let's do. Which one should we colour? Should we both maybe? We'll colour the grey one. Right, let's do. I have been loving Bubble Bath and Berry Burst as a combo. That has been a bit of a fave. That was on my blog. Or did I do that with you last week? Can't remember. I can't remember if it was just a blog post or what we did. I can't remember what we did last week. How bad is that? My brain has gone blank. But anyway, Berry Burst and Bubble Bath is a lovely, lovely combo. And then I thought we'd like some yellows and oranges and things. So Daffodil Delight and maybe a little bit of pumpkin. So we'll go with the Berry Burst into this one. So I'm going to use light Berry Burst and just follow the lines of that petal. I've used the shading. And then we'll use the dark Bubble Bath to shade this out. Welcome, Michelle. She's from a grey and rainy Northern California. We've had sunshine mostly today. Lovely sunshine, actually. I did pop out for a short moment. I needed to go to the shops to get a few bits and bobs. So yeah, it was very nice to go out and find. It was very, very pleasant indeed after all the rubbish rain we've been having. It definitely lifts your mood, doesn't it, when the sun is shining? So we've got Light berry burst and dark bubble bath is the combo that I've gone for blending these. Hey Alison. Oh, Paul, I saw your photos. I didn't get a chance to comment. I will comment. I'll go back and comment after this. But I saw your photos and I just thought, bruh, I shall make a cup of tea. It was very chilly, cold and snowy in Utah. Yes, it looked very chilly. Okay. The bubble bath's lovely, isn't it? I'm so glad when they brought Berry Burst into our collection of colours, they gave us the blends for them. It's such a gorgeous colour. Lovely Louise. Not long till I see you. I'm very excited. I have got a Rotterdam on stage countdown calendar going on, although I could do with a few more days with the bits I've got to do before I go, but you know, we'll just ignore that bit. I've done quite a lot of bits of prep for team bits and various bits that I wanted to do, but my swaps are still a work in progress. He says I need another month. I know, indeed. Sylvia, how are you? Graham Rainey, in Auckland. Sarah, you lucky lady. You get to spend the time with the lovely Sarah. Douglas. How fabulous. Right. Put this over here. I know it's more flowers, but aren't these magnolias? I mean, I'm all about the flowers anyway, so I can't be flowered out. So I love them. But these magnolias are beautiful. Whoever drew and designed these have done a truly fabulous job. They are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. 11 days, Paul. You're on the countdown too. You're heading to Houston. How fun. I can't wait to see everyone's posts and things. It's going to be good. Lots of fun to be had. Right, let's add a little bit of the dark into here. So I was clearing my desk from having been packing kits, so that needed to be sorted out. But when I was at the shops earlier, I was picking up some random bits and pieces, to be honest. It was a few bits for dinner, and then I needed some non-foodie items for treat things that I'm putting together. And I had a little wander down where the makeup is and the nail varnishes, and I tried a couple of nail varnishes. So this finger and my thumb had various states of nail varnish on them, and I suddenly thought, oh gosh, literally I was running upstairs taking nail varnish remover to my random colours on my hand. I probably could have just left them, to be fair. Oops, my lid's gone. Where did that go? In the bin. Let's not lose that. So let's do a little flick of shading in there. Just following the shading on the stamp a little bit. And just blend that bubble bath. There's quite a contrast between the light berry burst and the dark bubble bath, but just gently, and it's not pressure, it's ink coming out that will blend that. So you don't need to be heavy with it. You've just got to apply enough of the ink to blend that out. You can always go back. It lightens up. Can you see that's kind of like more vibrant where it's then lightened up and dried a little? So if you want to, you can come back over there. Shading it on there, and then I think that is the berry burst done. And we can add some Daffodil Delight maybe into the middle. That was light Daffodil Delight, and then if I add in a little dark, and then Granny Apple Green. So let's get a green. So this is dark Granny Apple. Can I try and leave that white of the leaf? So there's a bit of highlighting. And there we go. And then we can just blend that out with the light Granny Apple. Again, just avoiding that. I'm going to avoid that centre line because it gives a natural highlight with that gap. So just leave that. There we go. What do we think? Do we like that? Let's move you up a little higher. There. So that's light berry burst, dark bubble bath, and then the 2 tones of Granny Apple Green on the leaf. And I will be able to die cut that out. So there will be an outline die. Use the outline. Not use the outline die yet. On there. So nice and easy to line up because you've got the bud as a separate kind of piece, and then not that it will cut it separately, but because there's a gap for the stem. So that will go around like so. I'm thinking it will go through the mini. So otherwise I will, yes, that will be wide enough to go through the mini. another bit of tape, actually. There we go. So it gives you, it cuts the stem and then these little notches in the middle there. So very pretty. Now we just need to do something with that. I'm just going to let's just put that to one side. What shall we do on the background? So, good morning. So we've got thank you for being you, just to let you know that you are loved, and then happy birthday are the sentiments. And we've got a single leaf and then some smaller images here. Jeanette, you're welcome. She said it wasn't on her list until now. Let's do, should we stamp the leaf? And maybe I haven't sorted the stamp set out yet. I haven't put I do like the stickers on. Some people leave the stickers off, kind of personal preference, but I prefer the stickers on. But for now, rather than waste precious stamping time, I shall leave. I'll leave the stickers off for a minute. So, some bubble bath. I'm just going, as I say, I did one of these colour combinations in my Card and a Copper group. I've got one on my blog and now the Magnolia as well. I'm slightly addicted to this colour combination. So let's stamp the let's stamp this leaf. Shall we stamp it? Happy birthday. So I was going to create a bit of a background with the words, but I'm contemplating doing the background with the leaf instead. Ooh, Louise has just made a card with bubble bath. It's such a gorgeous colour, isn't it, Louise? And I love that it kind of, the tone of it just goes with the fresh freesia, it goes with the berry burst. It's so pretty. Let's have a little stamp out of this and see how this looks. Leaf. This is berry burst. Around a little bit. And what set did you use, Louise? What did you use with the bubble bath? Was it floral or was it something else? It's got the leaves behind, and then I'm going to use. Oh, the zinnias are gorgeous too. So I've just seen your comment. The zinnias are beautiful. So if you've got to make a decision, they're both beautiful. I'm just going to blend with the bubble bath just to create a bit of a darker background across this panel. Oh, hot air balloon's lovely. Do you know, I've used the hot air balloon suite so much more than I perhaps predicted I might. And when I started making with it, the ideas were kind of flowing, and I was able to make lots of cards with it. And I really enjoyed the hot air balloon suite. Actually, I've got a class with it on Thursday this week at home. Friday this week is a repeat at home, and then Saturday is my online hot air balloon class. And we've got a couple of cards. One's a fancy fold, one's a technique, and then there's some surprise cards. I'll just say that for anyone who's coming, and I don't want to ruin the surprise. And then a 3D. So that's quite a lot. You definitely get value for money out of this class for sure. And the 3D isn't just completely unexpected. It's hot air balloons, but not hot air balloons. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. There's a hot glue gun involved. Right. We have our background. So that's just really darkened that down. I'm wondering actually whether I add... I'm thinking of adding 7:30, Louise. 7:30 till I'm going to say 9:30, but it's really 10ish. Especially with the amount of projects I've got planned. So that's on the Saturday evening. I'm going to add some more of this berry burst here. So the kits have closed because that's what I've been packing ready to go. Speedy post tomorrow morning out to everyone for the Saturday. But the online is available. So let's add. Oh yeah, come and play. Come and play. That'll be fun. Right. I'm just really wanting to darken that up. I want a bit darker actually, and I'm wondering if I maybe put a bit of Blackberry Bliss over the top of that. I don't know if that will then be too dark, but I'm adding that berry and it's not giving me the darkness that I want. So I'm gonna bring in Blackberry Bliss just from the top. Create a bit of a nice ombre. Okay, got our Blackberry Bliss Berry Burst down to Bubble Bath. So we've got that really lovely ombre. We can add a few splatters onto that actually, just to give it a little bit of something. Move that out of the way. I grab some water. Oh, that brush is not taking water. Make sure we put clean water on that. There we go. There. I don't know how much that picks up on camera, but can you see the splatters on there? And it just gives it a little bit of extra texture. That will dry even lighter as they start to dry. But just by dabbing that away with a paper towel or with a sort of a clean chamois will lift some of that ink out of that saturated panel. And then that will give that more of sort of something to sit across. And we can put that lower down on the card then. It doesn't need to go central. We can bring that down here. Laura says you can see the splatters. Good. It's such a lovely technique, isn't it? The splattering. Tammy is the queen of the splattering on ink effects. Her stuff is just stunning with the splattering. Right, let me grab a sentiment. So gold always goes so beautifully, doesn't it, with purple, but we could. What about? I'll take some gingham. I wonder if we add some ink to this, how dark that will be. We could add some purple, not purple, Blackberry Bliss. No, it's not Blackberry Bliss either. So guess a colour. Any colour, Emma. Berry Burst. At least I didn't say Daffodil Delight. I mean, I was close with Blackberry Bliss. Just not close enough. Right, let's do a little swoosh of gingham. And maybe a bit of gold. I love this gingham ribbon. It needs to stay forever. I do have 3 rolls of it just so that I don't run out. I don't want that to happen. Right. Let's have some of this gold. A little twist. And let's do that. We'll put some tear and tape down. Not tear and tape. Ugh. Tell I'm tired. Can't get my words out. Seal Plus. Down to that, and then we will just loosen that out a bit and pop that on there, and then I can put that on with some dimensionals. Paul said he'd be worried about me. I know, be worried if I thought it was Daffodil Delight. It's bad enough when I don't use a dimensional on a card. That is concerning. All right, on this card I have. It's all right. Right, let's put that there. A few loops of gold and need something sparkly. Sparkly. I keep going to these ones, which are the black, silver, champagne ones. Iridescent gems are maybe a good option. Purple. Here we go. Purple Fine. These are the ones. This is what was needed. Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. So we've got the 3 shades of the purples. So we can use the one that is more Blackberry Bliss tone, and just pop a few of those. Might have another one snuck in there. Okay, 5. And we just need a sentiment, which I said before, but I haven't done. Happy birthday is quite big, isn't it? I'll stamp it anyway, and we'll see where we get to. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Blackberry Bliss. Is that big enough? Strip. It's going to be bit too big, don't you think? It's going to cover up too much of the flower. I don't know. Does it need a sentiment? The other option is just a note. There is one in here that says just a note. Or you could leave it with no sentiment and put the happy birthday inside. The sentiment doesn't always have to go on the front of the card. Yeah, I think so. Cheryl says put it inside. You can have. You know, I've probably got a use actually to send just a note card, so I might go with this smaller one. I have something in mind that I will. That's better, isn't it? That it's just that teeny tiny sentiment then, isn't it? That will sit not quite so overwhelming. Let's do tiny. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Definitely don't want to cover up the flower. It's such a pretty image. Right, just a note. Oop. Let's see if we can tuck that in there, and that'll pin that gold down as well. There we go. What do we think? Just a note, and then we can put that onto a bubble bath base. So it will have the light behind, but it doesn't. It's not as stark as going onto a white base. So it will pop nicely around the top there, but then have the contrast. That is now going to be the front because it's got a big blob of glue on it. And just use the foam folder, give that a little fold. There you go, a little note card. And that is the black and white gingham coloured with the berry bear, so it just tones it in. And that is the largest of the image from that stamp set. So what also comes with this bundle is stunning intricate dies to cut out a magnolia without the stamped image. So I was prepared in as much that I've got one cut, but that's because I'm using them for my swaps. So I have pulled one from there, and I will show you. It's been cut out of watercolour paper, and it's this intricate die here that has cut that out. So you get the lines on the die, and then you get all the intricate leaf pieces as well. Right, let me grab the other intricate dies in here. You've got the smaller flower as well. So you've got this smaller flower, this leaf, and these bits and bobs here. And so these are the outline ones to go around the stamped images. But then you've got all these extra dies here that are kind of standalone. Melissa says, oh my, the temptation is real. This die I love. I'm going to put that over so that we have a little bit of a cleaner desk, and I'm going to bring in my paintbrush. And so let me just poke out. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I like the longer pokey tool on it. It's thinner compared to the standard one that comes with it, which is perfectly functional. That's fine, but I like the longer, thinner tool. So that's the one that's like my go-to. And that comes in a set with the craft knife and the perforating wheel. So they are in the annual catalogue. But I'm just going to poke out those middle bits there. My patience for this die is going to determine whether I make 30 swaps or 50 swaps. So far I've die cut 13. Well, I'm down to 12 because this one has come out of the pile. But Steve might be persuaded to die cut some for me. Right. I'll get out decorating. So, Sue says, how many tools do you have for each end? Many, I think, is the answer to that question. I had them for classes and things, so I have multiples, but they are absolutely interchangeable, and you don't need more than one tool if it's for personal use. It's just I have all the attachments in a pot, so I've got all the different attachments doing all the different things on my desk. So yeah, many. Right, let's get painting. Alison, I like your style. I will share that message with him later, and I'll say Alison said, crack on. Right, let's paint these leaves with a little bit of water. If he's got a good program on his iPad, he actually doesn't mind too much. Set him up at the kitchen table, and he will sit and do many a die cut for me. It's very what's the word? Well, there's many words, but he's very generous with his time to do that, because he'll sit and, let's say, while away the hours watching a program or a film, and cut lots of bits and bobs for classes and things. So very lucky. Right, let's do. So we're just painting this with Old Olive. So these are the leaves. So the darker the ink, the darker that shading will be. And so that is the old olive onto there. Oh, I've missed a leaf. Let me get my leaf there. I'll take some pictures of my swaps in progress because I plan to have these all lined up in a row. And I'll be doing all the painting in one swoop. Quite like making swaps, a bit of a production line, isn't it? When you've got to make multiples of the same thing. Right, what colour should we do the flower? Should we go berry burst or should we do like a yellowy orange colour? What do you reckon? Should we do a different colourway to this, or should we do this colourway but with the die cut? What would you like to see? Would you like to see yellows and oranges, or would you like to see more berry burst and purples? Can I just grab so you've got the corals and yellows for a more of a vanilla-y, I suppose, yellowy magnolia, although it'll end up being very corally yellow. Or berry burst. Cherries is something different. Yellows maybe. We could go blue. We could go navy. We could do. Becky says, "Did you need to ask?" Oh, it's a real split, isn't it? It's a real mix. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to colour in the yellows because I have one that is in berry burst that I can show you. So you'll get to see both, but you'll get to see the yellows coloured, and then I'll show you one that's got the berry on. So I'm just going to add the water to the die cut. So and then we add the Daffodil Delight, and it just spreads across. So we could leave it pale like that, which is very pretty. Or we could add in a little touch of the coral and let that go up some of the leaves as well. So Calypso Coral is quite a strong colour. I have only got a very small amount of colour on the ink pad there. Especially if you use a re-inker, you'll end up with a lot of saturation of dark colour. So just go careful with that if you were to just put that in a dry spot. If you were to use that, let me grab the crushed curry. I'm just going to put that in the middle. Yeah, so let's dry that. And I will show you. Oh, before I do that, I was going to add a little gold onto that actually, so I'll show you. So that's what we've got so far. So we've got a mix of Daffodil Delight with a touch of coral, and then this is all Old Olive on the leaves, and it was on watercolor paper, so you've got you're able to add the color onto there. But I was going to add a touch of gold with glue. So we'll just take a little bit of the multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to just touch it on with my finger into the middle there, and then across some of those leaves. And out of my tin, some of this gold leafy. Who's used their gold leafy stuff recently? Did we use it when we first got it and then it's gone away into a cupboard? I hadn't used it in a while. There's our middle, and then we can put some on just the edges of the leaves. Which just makes it extra shiny, extra sparkly, extra pretty. And if I just bring that pokey back, I can just give those a clean through just so that you can still see the middles of that. Otherwise it can get a bit clogged up with the gold. I'm going to just fold that in half so that gold doesn't go everywhere. What do we think? So you've got the gold on there now. Lots of sparkle. Right, shall we add that to a card? What are we going to add that to? I've got what could we do? We could do just a similar background to the other one in. If we start with Lemon Lolly, we could maybe add let's see. I'm thinking we could maybe ombre the same way that we ombre'd on the bubble bath. So Lemon Lolly would be the lightest colour, and then we could add on the ombre. Shall we do flowers or leaves? Flowers. Let's do the smallest flower. Ooh. So you can see that stamped. Oh yeah, that would look pretty, Paul. Let's just grab. Paul says navy. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous with the gold and the yellows? It really pops against the dark. I like that. Alright, lemon. Daffodil Delight. Let's see. So this is the flower. This might not be dark enough actually. I might need to go crush curry. By the time I've inked over that, it might disappear. Let's go crushed curry. sorry, just hit the camera. Right. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's going to be dark enough. Everyone's saying they like the navy. Kind of agree. I quite like the darkness of the navy. This is Daffodil Delight onto Lemon Lolly at the moment. And then I'm just going to get some crushed curry. Louisa just paired Lemon Lolly with navy. Are we in sync? I think the navy is going to come back out. I think that this yellow is just going to disappear and isn't going to pop. So I think that I think you're going to sync with Louise and do a night of navy with the Lemon Lolly. Paul suggested it, and I think it might just give it more of a pop. But I will just persevere in creating this background quickly. Just to see. So this is Calypso Coral at the top. So it's a bit fiery red coming down. I haven't done such a good job on the background there, but I just wanted to see if we continue. Not sure. What do you think? Persevere with that, or should we bring in the navy? I think I'm erring towards the navy. I don't know what to do. It is pretty sunset colours. I might just persevere. I've got a little circle in here. I'd like make it redder. Let's just add more. Just more of colour. Add some Poppy Parade, couldn't we? I mean, you know, what's the worst can happen? It's only a bit of cardstock. We can pick another bit out. It's fine. Right, that is Poppy Parade. Blend this out properly. And then we'll bring the Calypso Coral back. I'm losing my flower background, but it's kind of there as a hint. And then crushed curry. Let's blend this a little bit more. Getting blobs of ink all over the bottom there, but hopefully the Magnolia will cover that up. better with the darker colours, isn't it? I think. And then if we splatter that the same. Mostly lost the flowers, but they are there in the background. You can just about make them out. And there. Got our splatters. And then our flower. I've got a smaller circle actually. Just to lift it. Or I think that's too big, but we've got one of those. Too much, maybe. Too much, too big. What about? I've got some of this thick white ribbon. You know the herringbone white ribbon? I've got some of that floating around. That as a little, maybe just a bit of texture. What to do? To circle or not to circle? I think the smaller circle might just lift it, and it just shows off some of the flower a little bit better. Add it further up into that sunset and actually bring those flowers all the way down. The small circle, yeah, I quite like the small circle. I wonder if I bring all the flowers all the way down and just bring some more of that crushed curry further down. I'm not sure if it's sitting there. It feels a bit heavy at the bottom end of the card, like weighting wise. I think it fits better there, and if I sit it there, then this is still empty. So more sponging, more just more. More, and I can cover up that blob that I didn't like. More. Let's do more crushed curry. I'm conscious of not bringing that purple onto my card. I should just grab another grid sheet, really. I have a little bit of lemon lolly left at the bottom. There. Better. I think that's better. It kind of finishes the card there. And then, yeah, some gold. Someone said some gold ribbon or linen thread or a bit of both. I mean, if you know me, you know that I love my embellishments. We've got some of this lovely jute, kind of a little bit of that. Maybe a little bit of that going across the card. And then we can have a little twist of the gold just to add some texture with the jute gold. I wonder if we can see if that will twist a little bit more. Yeah, bigger circles. And then maybe a little bow, but let's put that onto there. I'm going to just put that on with a small touch of glue. on there. And then, and then I move it so that it falls off. How's that going? I think it's run out. Yeah, I'm trying to pull it at the end of the roll. Rather than fill it up, I'll just use this tear and tape. I'll put the Duke kind of going across there. And it just sticks out at either end. There's not really much of it seen, but that's okay because it still adds to the texture that's there. I don't need to, you know it's there. If I make those loops fairly big, we can give them a twist. And then that will sit out both sides. Where we need extra hands. I'm just going to let that go. Right. I'll pull it a little bit bigger. And then we'll just twist that over. And have it come in. Either side. And then pop that on with some dimensionals. So that will sit up. Oh, I've got gold bits of flakes floating around. So the dimensionals will mean that this doesn't then bulk it doesn't get lumpy on the card. So we can put that either side of there. Maybe this is the one that could have the happy birthday on it, hey? Not that happy birthday, obviously, because that's stamped in Blackberry Bliss, but we could have a happy birthday. Maybe here. Let's stamp that out. Scrap. Let's stamp that. Let's clean this. And I will show you the Magnolia that I've done with the Berry Burst colour. So hold tight a moment and I will show you that one as well. I'll just put this sentiment on. It's not made up into a card, I have to say, but it is the flower I can show you. I'm going quite close to make that fairly small. Well, as small as it can be with the sentiment. I'm still not convinced. I'm still like it kind of covers a lot of the flower. I think I'm going to leave the sentiment off for now, and then I'll decide later as to whether I put a sentiment on. So that I'm going to put on too. So I had the leftover piece of lemon lolly. Look at me not using white card tonight. Shakara. Right, let me just glue. Go onto there. And then we can add some, we want something gold, don't we? gold or cork. We could use the cork adhesive back cork pieces. That would go nice with the yellowy colours. Or I've got some hearts. I've got some these hearts. Or lemon lolly. Here we go. Adhesive back solid gems. Lemon lolly. Yeah, I think you're right, actually, Laurel. Maybe if I fussy cut it, it would be less intrusive. I think you are spot on with that. I definitely think that will help. Shall I do that? Paul's just said gold. It's like, Paul, you're inside my head tonight because the colours, that is not right, is it? Right, gold. Yes. The lemon lolly goes, but it doesn't contrast enough. Let's just take them off. Gold sequins. Here we go. Better. Much. Oh, see? Oh, you've lost your sticky. Right. I'll find that sticky somewhere. That's the pastel one. So there's the gold, the pink, and the blue. Got the ironing done. Love it. Should we put a sentiment on? Let me just quickly fussy cut that out. Should we do it in black? And then it will pop. I wonder if we do a happy and a birthday. What time is it? 5 to the hour. We've got a minute. If we cut. I love the font of this. Very pretty. Let's go back in and finish that top of the happy. And voila. What do we think? Less heavy, isn't it? Better. I'm going to go for that. And you know, I'm going to stick it on with some glue dots. Oh, that's fabulous, Paul. Making a birthday card with your fancy floral class as the inspiration. Oh, I'm so pleased. That is good to hear. Right, let's put. There we go. So we've got, oh, happy birthday. I don't know what is going on with that card base. I'm just going to ignore that. So we'll call it done. And we've got the happy birthday on there. Let me bring in the other one that we made this evening. And I will also show you the Magnolia, which is this one. In gorgeous, even though it's not purple. I know, purple for the win, right? This one was watercolored in the Berry Best, so that is not obviously on the lemon base, but the lemon lolly base, but that is a watercolor. So there's a little sneaky peek maybe of my swaps. So yeah, I've got lots of them to do. So there we go. Which is your fave, purple or yeah? I know that there are some purple fans, some hardcore purple fans on here. So stamped image or die cut, I should say. Stamped image or die cut. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed them. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining in the comments and joining along this evening. I hope to be with you next Sunday, although it is Mothering Sunday, it's Mother's Day, and we are off to on stage in Rotterdam we fly out on the Tuesday, so I might be a little busy packing and sorting out, but if I can get myself sorted, I will be with you live, and I will share and try and come on live whilst I'm away. I will do my best, but I will certainly, if I'm not on too much, I will certainly share to my Instagram story. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then make sure you do hop on over and follow me on Instagram, and I will be sharing to stories throughout the week while I'm away in Rotterdam. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week, whatever you are up to, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.